Hello everyone and welcome back to ZooCrafting! I am Zookeeper Seri and we are continuing our grand zoo tour of the Temperate Forest Zone. And I have some really exciting things to show you guys when it comes to the Builders of Light's request. I have filled up that box because I have been so inspired with ideas of what we could add to ZooCrafting, Zoodesia, the Village of Light, and I thought it would be really fun to show those requests to you guys at the end of the day today so that you can see what to expect that may start showing up here in the zoo and in the village soon. But first, we have a little bit of a problem I need to deal with. And that problem, where are you? There you are. Is this guy. Is a Komodo Dragon. I have no idea what he is doing here. He is highly aggressive. Lily and Kuno are still over on the other side, so I climbed up this tree. Oh my gosh, is he gonna get up here? Okay, and he may actually climb up this tree. I think I remember reading, he is trying to climb up this tree. I think I remember reading somewhere, and please look this up and verify it in the comments. I'm a little distracted with trying not to get my toes nibbled off right now. But I believe reading that young juvenile Komodo dragons in real life are actually able to climb trees, and they do so really fast in order to not get eaten by the adult Komodo dragons. So I thought that was very interesting. Apparently that is the hallmark of a Komodo dragon kind of hitting adulthood, is if they will leave the trees, like they can't climb up the trees anymore. And you definitely want to learn to climb up a tree if you're a young Komodo dragon, because the older Komodo dragons have no problem with eating you. A little bit of a cannibalistic side there. But alright, let me go ahead and pull out somewhere in here. Where have I? There it is! Alright, my safari nets. Let's see if we can catch this guy with our emergency safari net launcher. And then I guess I'll have to drop him off at the house and put him inside of my stasis chamber soon. Alright, let's see. Where's a good spot? Oh, okay, let's come over here. There he is! Oh, he is coming for me! Oh, jeez, he bit me! I'm poisoned! I'm poisoned and he ripped up these plants! Oh, the travesty on both ends! Lily, don't worry. I'm gonna make it. Oh, Kuno's gone! Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is so cute! I can't even handle how cute this is. Lily, you got a little rose from Kuno. Kuno says thank you for letting him play with Lily. Lily, that is so cute. Okay, I'm gonna have you scoot over a little bit. I'm glad you didn't see your mom end up getting half chewed on by a Komodo dragon. And let me go ahead. Can I get this? There we Oh, a rose of friendship. Not even just any rose. It is a rose of friendship. Oh my gosh. That was the cutest thing in the entire world. We need to put this rose of friendship somewhere special. That's right, Lily girl. Oh, good girl. We'll go home and we will put it somewhere special, okay? I wanted to try to wrap up the tour, but now I have a Komodo dragon to put away. I have things to show you. Okay, guys, we're going to save the Komodo dragon and the Rose of Friendship for later because, Lily, we have a job to do. All right, so as mentioned, we are still doing the Grand Zoo Tour, and I decided to go ahead and we are going to try to constantly keep the building request going for our Builders of Light because you guys are looking forward to what they have been creating behind our backs, and it has been so amazing to see how excited and how supportive of those amazing people you all have been. Hopefully soon we will reveal who those amazing people are in the description. We're just waiting to make sure that that makes everybody comfortable. But it's going to be really exciting, and I thought while we finish up the tour, we should make sure we have plenty of requests. And if you're wondering, but Seri, when will you start building again? The answer is as soon as I finish some of the tour pieces, because I realized if I don't finish the tour now, knowing my meandering, rambling self, we probably never will. So I'm going to try to finish at least the tour of one section before I start doing cool build projects, like building a woodpecker tree right here in this spot where I'm jumping. I think it'd be really cool to have a tree full of nests and of woodpecker holes, because I actually learned the other day that different types of woodpeckers make different types of holes in trees, and many creatures, up to 99% of the woodpecker nest holes that are made in North America, end up being used by other creatures, other species of birds, flying squirrels, owls, raccoons. It turns out that woodpeckers serve a very important niche in the environment in creating homes not only for themselves in the sides of trees, but also for other animals. So we are definitely going to be looking into that, and I want to build that, but we still have a little bit of the temperate forest to actually tour. Oh my gosh, and that slime island is actually coming in. I have no idea what to do with the slime islands. Maybe they could be like bonus candy stores that float over the zoo. That's kind of a fun idea, actually. But all right, let's carry on. Lily girl, come along. I showed you guys yesterday what was going on for my ideas of where we are going to be building a bridge and maybe seeing if any waterfalls happen to lurk behind the rocks there. I also showed you the only surviving black bear. She's somewhere in here. Oh, there she is. Hello, darling. Maybe I should name you Barry. I kind of like the idea of naming her Barry. Lily, please do not attack the black bear. We have gone through so many black bears in this zoo, in all of the iterations of our zoo, because of my puppies unfortunately chasing down the black bears. But that actually, on our grand map of the zoo, takes us to the northern section. So this is, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually kind of the limit of what we have built as far as exhibits go for the temperate forest zone. But you may notice there are several construction cones right over here. And that is because right over here in this big open area, I'm hoping that one of the many projects I have given to the Builders of Light will be done. And that project over here is setting up a fence line. Yes, Lily girl, a fence line for a cougar. So we can add back in cougars to our zoo. And I just thought this would be such a great place for it. It has all of this sunken ground that we could clear out. That's a lot of Geishla greens for our chocobos, actually. But a lot of sunken ground we can clear out. It has a great little ridge up there that the cougar would be able to climb up and maybe be able to view like all of the guests safely. We could come in and replace a whole bunch of the grass with some trees and some rocks so that our cougar would have a lot of places to hide, to play, to bask in the sun, to eat something yummy. And all I need is just the fencing set up first. And since fencing is kind of straightforward, I thought that was okay to have the builders do. And then we'll come in, because historically, building the actual exhibits and adding in the animals to our zoo has been some of the most exciting moments in zoo crafting. So this is one of the projects that I have given them. And once the fence line is done, then we will come in here and we will tend to our cougar area. We will spruce it up. I'm thinking of adding in a whole bunch of different types of stones, maybe some mossy stones. I think having a little cougar observatory zone would be kind of nice. Like to come here behind our water snake, maybe give the water snake another set of windows so we could see it from both sides. I don't think it really cares because it's a snake. And then maybe over here have a little like cave that you could walk into and see the cougar from another angle, especially if she was up on top of her ledge. So I think that would be a really fun thing to do. And then we'd be able to study another, ooh, it looks kind of foggy right now. Wow, it's so beautiful. Lily, what is with all this fog? It's so pretty here. Oh my goodness. But then we would be able to add another exhibit. Oh, and look at that. Imagine our cougar up on top of the ridge and the sun setting behind her. That would be so beautiful. So I'd be very, very happy with that outcome. And then this path just loops back around to our black bear, as you can see, and has a lot of open area where we might want to come over and start putting in more exhibits. What those exhibits will be, I'm going to have to do a little bit of thought, like a little bit of research on. Lily girl, I'm a little hungry. I don't really feel like eating ice cream right now though. Maybe cake? Ooh, pumpkin muffins. That sounds delicious. And we probably definitely need to add in a lot of places for guests to rest and get some food and to get some special items. And it'd be really fun to have kiosks that sold like zoo exclusive divincing special objects that you can't find or anywhere else in the world. So that would be fun. But I mean, the temperate forest area sort of focuses on temperate forest in, North America or Europe. So there's plenty to add. Lynxes, turtles, raccoons, more woodpeckers, possums. There's quite a bit that we can still add over here. And having the Builders of Light come in and be able to put in the fences so we can just get to it, that just sounds amazing. But all right, Lily, let's continue showing what else we have built up this far so far. Ooh, and just imagine like a cute little waterfall right here that maybe might pop out into the cougar exhibit. That would be so cool. Dun 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 dun. Oh, and a Firefly Grove. Oh, where's my list of lost quests? Ideas for fun. Okay, Firefly Grove. That sounds amazing, actually. And the map kiosk is almost done. Yes, we have progress with that. I kind of feel like here that'll just be like halfway to progress sort of things. Oh my gosh. And over here doesn't really lead to any exhibits, but it does lead to a very big project that took me quite a while to build. We have a lovely bridge to walk across, and that bridge leads us over to what was one of my pet projects for bees. It is a beautiful bee field so that we could actually come over and gather up lots and lots of honey. I have to come in and kind of clear out all of the queen bees who have since moved on. Oh, hello, little buzzy bees. Oh, look, there's little bees all over here. Ah, they're so cute. But I need to come and clear out like all of the queen bees who have passed on and put in some new bees. But this is where we could come to gather tons of honey so that we would be... Eep! 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 I thought that was a bee! It wasn't a bee! It wasn't a bee! I need security in this zoo! Get out of here! Oh, the Sword of Light! Was that the Sword of Lights? Oh no, there's another one! Get out of here! We do still live in a wild land, and I probably should be wearing my armor. Oh gosh, I have a lot of... See, I saw the arrow go by, and I thought it was like a bee in my little bee field, but it was not. Lily, was that the Sword of Light's first defense of our land? It was! The Sword of Light has defeated 2 monsters. I am so proud of it. Oh my gosh. Ah, it's good to have it back. All right, let me go ahead and put this away. Good girl, Lily. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this area I haven't put in any exhibits, but I did want somewhere where we could get a lot of honey, and I was in the bee mood for some reason, so sometimes the builds in Zoodesia just reflect whatever mood I was in. And what on earth can we even do with honey, now that I am wondering? Because we can gather a lot of honey, and... Lily? Yes? Oh, she's growling a lot. There's a creeper nearby. I'm gonna have to be careful. Uh-oh. Lily? Alright, hang in there. I'm sure it'll all be okay. Note to self. Oh, there is a creeper nearby! Good job, Lily girl. I am so proud of you. Alright, note to self. We also clearly need to start getting a lot of cat trees put in. And you're probably wondering, what, a cat tree? But we have security cats who have helped to guard Zoodesia for quite some time. And so what I actually need to do is put in cat trees, kind of like a little observation post, but imagine for cats, so that they can come in and they can help us to guard the entire zoo, which would be really, really fun. So, But alright, yes, this is just like the little bee area. It's kind of planted for spring, and it's sort of meant to be a spot, no pun intended, where people can learn a little bit more about bees and how important they are as pollinators. And I should probably have some exhibits that talk about the different types of bees, because not all bees will be the kind that, again, no pun intended, that live inside of apiaries or that live inside of beehives. There's actually bees who are completely single, little like woodworking bees who just like to live inside of little holes in the wood that they carve out, kind of like a woodpecker hole you could mistake it for. And they usually are pretty solitary. So there's swarming bees, there's solitary bees, there's honeybees, but all of them are pollinators who serve very important roles for the ecosystem with their little pollen pants. And that really, they're also very fragile as the little insects that they are, to pesticides and to climate change. So it'd be really important to talk about them, because without bees, I wouldn't have oranges, and that would be a travesty, Lily. But all right, let's go ahead and clear out some of this. We have a couple bee grubs. We have a queen bee who unfortunately has expired, but she left behind some royal jelly to give to one of her grubs so that there can be a new queen bee who rises amongst them and can help all of her daughters gather up much honey. So we'll leave her there, but I gathered her honey so I could show you guys. This is our giant honeycomb shop that I haven't really done anything with yet, but I definitely should. And what you can do here is you drop in the honey and the honeycombs, and it's immediately disappearing because it goes into a sorting chamber to pop out over here already pressed. So I don't even have to worry about pressing the honey. It is being pressed right now. It will pop over here in a little bit. So you can see the beeswax is coming in. The honey should be popping in just a second. Yeah, like that. So there's actually a system of pressers and sorters down under the floor here. And it helps us to come over and just be able to grab the honey so that we can start using it for any of the purposes that we want to, like making brownies, for instance. Honey replaces any of the sugar in all of our cooking ingredients. So it would be super useful. Oh, look at the apple pie. Oh, yeah, it would be definitely a very, very useful thing to come and gather for when we want to do some of those Zoo Kitchen episodes, because I do love cooking. All right, and then I wonder if it'd be kind of cool. What can you do with all the beeswax? I can make candles, a whole bunch of types of candles, and you can also make wax, and I can make hardened leather. Huh. So I know you can use beeswax for a lot of different things. So it would be kind of interesting to see if we had a trader who could explain, like, ooh, like maybe you're making fancy letters or something to give to people. Huh. I'm gonna have to think about that. But all right. And then as you can see, the path ends. So that is about as far as we come over here on this side of the temperate forest. I put down a whole bunch of flowers I gathered because I had a dream of having a flower corridor that would actually go all the way over to where there is a very, very special field full of flowers and full of trees from our patrons. And I'm gonna have to go over there and see what's up in just a little bit, but that's not part of the tour today. All right, let's turn around. And what I'm actually going to do now, guys, is, well, I do have this little thing over here. Okay. Lily, but we also have all of the other things to look at. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is we are going to go ahead and go get Aster Seed, and I'm going to fly to the Village of Light so that today we can finish off by me showing you all of the super special request for the Builders of Light that I have left in their box. If they haven't already gotten to their box, they're very, very fast, those builders. And then you guys will know while we are touring the zoo that some of those builds are being worked on, and we can all be super excited like kids on Christmas waiting for them to appear. So 1 second. We made it! And just in time, the requests that have been added in by myself and some of the Village of Light residents are still inside. So I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of what you could possibly expect from the Builders of Light. Some of the things, who knows, we might actually build with our own two hands. But we have a lot of zoo to tour, so it would just be really fun knowing that these work requests are, you know, hanging out in the background, possibly getting built, possibly going to show up to surprise us. So let's go ahead and sneak on in. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Leica. Oh, right. And I left a whole bunch of cookies as treats as well. So I put all of these things in here, and hopefully everyone will enjoy the cookies and the request, which include a grand bridge that will hopefully stretch across the river to the east of the picnic pickup area that I showed you guys yesterday. And then we also have some waterfalls that I'm pretty sure are, you know, hiding behind the rock by that same area, maybe under the bridge, maybe next to it. We'll have to see, but I swear I could hear water behind those rocks. So hopefully they will be able to find those too. And then I also have heard rumor of a rice merchant who wants to come and start selling rice from their little riverboat next to my wild rice patch that I have next to Sunflower's tree. Some of you guys may not know about that. Don't worry, we'll tour down there at some point. But that'd be so cool. I got a request for a rice merchant to come on in. Then we also have some problems with the moonworms. It appears over in our jungle zone, some of the moonworms are actually eating all of the lanterns that I have hung up there, and they're replacing the lanterns with their own glow. So it looks like our lanterns are being eaten away and moonworms are appearing in their place. So, hopefully somebody can go and investigate that. And then we also have a very special request right here. Meow, 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 meow. The translation being, for too long now I have held back from the wonders of my mysteriously perfect ramen, held back the wonders of my mysteriously perfect ramen from the world. The time has never quite seemed right, but now I can feel the culinary genius flowing in my veins. It must be now. I have already gotten Seri's permission to build a ramen shop in the jungles of her zoo, and have spent the past few months patrolling it. The local rodent and bird population has proven delicious enough that I will be happy to settle here. Not that any of those creatures will find their way into my ramen, of course. I'd like a ramen shop built, nothing too fancy. I shall let the food speak for itself, and set up across from those red pandas, because why not? Once it is set up with a cat-capable kitchen and a counter to serve my customers, at last I can finally show the world what it has been missing. From Agent Noodles. At least that's what you think the signature says. It's just a bunch of messy paw prints and a suspiciously colored feather. But yes, you guys! Oh, this one I'm really excited about because Agent Noodles has let it be known that I have taken far too long. And if somebody could please help him with setting up his ramen shop, then we'll have a delicious ramen shop to eat at. Agent Noodles will finally have the special ramen that he has been wanting to share with us forever. Like literally years. And I figured, although I thought I would have a direct hand in helping him with that, at least we can get his first shop off the ground, and if it proves to be successful, set up multiple shops not only around Zoodesia Zoo, but possibly around the entire world, which would be very exciting. And then also, there has become a request for guard towers to be built in the Village of Light from the Village of Light Council. Recently, the growth of the Village of Light has attracted many citizens who wish to make the village their permanent home. And while that may be a wonderful thing, I simply feel we are not prepared. What if a wandering horde of zombies walks onto the land? What about the mysterious creepers who still appear from the overgrown grasses? No. Before we allow more villagers, especially the villageese villagers who are prone to drawing zombies like flies, we must have better security. There is a tall ridge whose view would be perfect for this task. A guard tower, built out of mossy stone and the white bright stones that mark us as Village of Light citizens, should be built. It should be able to see much of the village and contain the basics of weaponry and other such poking sticks that guards require. Perhaps then it will be safe enough to begin discussing moving villagers in. At least, until we need to have a meeting over proper fencing protocol, and perhaps how sharp kitchen forks should be. From the Village of Light Council. So that is going to be really exciting. As time goes on, I really want to see the Village of Light grow. And I love what the Builders of Light have done so much. And I just think it'd be so exciting while we work on our zoo. And I really try to, as time goes on and we finish up our grand tour, use my own two hands to really involve myself in what goes on in Zoodesia. It would be great to put all of their excited, creative energy into expanding this village so that it will stretch on, and we can have entire days where we just wander around here shopping, where we wander around here on streams and just have fun seeing how this world is growing and how many of your guys' ideas start popping in here. Which reminds me, it's not in here yet, but I do need to go through the comments of our videos a couple of videos ago and see what you guys have suggested for that mysterious spot next to the Three Paw Puppy Bakery and Daycare. That definitely needs a good build put into it, so maybe I'll have to eat one of these cookies to make a little bit of room. But other than that, we also have a request from me for an info center to go in under the entrance of Zoodesia Zoo. We also have that cougar exhibit fence line. There's rumors from one of the researchers of the Village of Light, a historian no less, about ancient trees that we might be able to actually find the tree trunks of further out in the Village of Light fields. There's been a request submitted to the Village of Light Council for a fruit market family to move in. Apparently they're quite the rambunctious crew and they sell fantastic fruit, but nothing but fruit, unless you want to talk to that devious daughter of theirs who sells trinkets because she is totally in love with shiny things. And then there's been mysterious mooing going along lately around here in the Village of Light, and hopefully someone can get to the bottom of what that mooing is all about. And finally, it smells really good lately, like fresh baked bread, but no one can seem to find the source of where all that fresh baked bread is coming from. So hopefully the Builders of Light will be able to do that. But there is, oh my gosh, in that cave. I want to kind of go hang out in that cave for a minute because it's so beautiful over there. But there are the build request, guys, and I kind of kept holding off on submitting so many of them because I felt conflicted. Like, I should be building the zoo, right? That's what I am. Seri, the zookeeper. Seri, the builder. But then I realized there is so much room for the Village of Light to expand, and if I'm going to contribute all of my efforts to my zoo and really trying to teach you guys about the wonders of the natural world, I think it's fantastic to direct the efforts of the builders over here as well. So I hope you guys understand that and you feel comfortable with it. I know it's kind of like, Seri, shouldn't you be doing a lot of this building? But for the Village of Light especially, I think it's going to be great to see what our community can really create, because that's what it has always been about to me. The village has been a special place to sort of step out of the zoo and step into the world that we have created together and see some of your guys' ideas really come to life. So this is going to be very exciting. Maybe we should have a special art museum to show off some of the fan art. Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, all right. Well, that is that. And I still have a little bit more of the temperate forest area to show you before we completely finish that grand tour piece. And then we might pop over to the Tate and Tackle and then pop down to the only dinosaurs and the cow plant that I have in this jungle. Then eventually, I know, right? Aster Seed, right? Then eventually we need to work our way over to the Peafowl Garden, roam through the halls and the caves that we have of the Oology Research Center, and finally we need to come over to where we have started work in the Jungle Zone and then the Savannah Zone. And once we do all that, then, especially with the builders' help, we can get fencing down, we can get kiosks down, and we can start properly building the zoo. And then just really quickly, if you guys are wondering why the grand tour, well, remember that really special thing I'm doing for Chips' birthday? It's coming up in August, and let's just say we're going to be out of the country for a little while. I'm not going to tell you guys where yet, but it's really awesome. And hopefully doing this tour will leave behind a little trail of tasks that we can leave for the Builders of Light. So when I come back from our mysterious trip for Chips, then it'll be another really fantastic rush of new discoveries and new things, and we'll be able to move straight into actually building in the zoo. So that is what has been going on there. And speaking of Chips' birthday, the last thing I want to show you over here is a new tree! A new tree, Danny's birthday wishes, happy birthday Chips, that we planted in one of our live streams, the last live stream we did. And the tree has since grown larger, and it has a whole bunch of the cookie bushes! A whole bunch of the cookie bushes dedicated to my beloved Chips, planted all around it. It just seems to have flourished over here. Look at all these cookies! Yay! Now I'm gonna have a good snack while we wrap up some of our tour sections. So, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And look how cool that mushroom looks with the moon rising behind it. But alright, we're gonna go ahead and drop off this Komodo Dragon into my stasis chamber and carry on the tour next time. So, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!